This is just a bit of a quick behind the scenes look at what's going on. I launched my new vlog last week now, so you'll have seen the first episode of that go live a couple of days ago. And I've been getting quite a few questions from people asking me exactly how I'm kind of setting everything up, what I'm doing, what equipment I'm using, am I batching, am I doing them once a week, all these questions. So I thought I'd do a bit of a quick behind the scenes look for you to show you exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and also explain a little bit about why I'm doing it. So just really quickly, I wanted to start a vlog last year. In fact, no, I really wanted to start a vlog about 2 years ago. But at the time, my brand was not even remotely personal. It was very anonymous. And it was like that on purpose because most of my work was ghostwriting for people and basically producing work for people to pass off as their own. And I didn't really feel like people wanted to to know me all that much, you know, to see me, because the whole point was that I was unseen. So I had a very quirky and fun brand over at the Bookshine Bandit, which was very bright and colourful, and had lots of my own illustrations on it, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the branding, don't get me wrong, but it didn't quite fit with the vlogging vibe, so it never really happened. And then last year I rebranded and started working under the Right Copy Girl rather than the Bookshine Bandit. I really kind of switched my focus to something that was a lot more outward, I suppose. Something that's you know, I'm doing a lot more writing under my own name now. I'm not really hiding quite so much, and I don't feel quite so much like a ghost, even though I do still do confidential ghostwriting, so that's quite funny. But yeah, so the new branding, the new website and everything's got my face all over it, and it's a lot more in keeping with the vlog vibe. So the idea was to start this back in August 2016 when I first rebranded, and that never really happened for various reasons. Mainly my own stupid procrastination and perfectionism, which you can watch all about in my first vlog, so you know, go watch that. But yeah, it came to the end of the year and I was doing my review of my goals and looking at where you know, where I got to, what I'd done, and what hadn't been done, and the one that really stood out was vlogging, and I was like, right, I've got to nail this, I've got to get this done. So new year, new start and all that, and it's really kind of a main focus that I'm going to be working on for the next month or so, to get all of 2017's content up and running. And now, if I can figure out how to flip this back the other way, I will give you a bit of a guided tour of the office and how everything is set up. Right, so here we are in my office. I don't know how in focus that is. I will turn that big light off in a second. I just wanted to show you on. This is the view I have at the moment from my chair when I'm filming. So when you see me in my vlogs, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, this is the view. I'll just turn that light off so you can see things properly. So this is literally all set up in my home office. You can see Dexter there, who was never far away. So this is my office, and you'll have seen it in previous behind the scenes videos. I've got my desk, my big bookcase, and the dog, and not much else really. So it's a really simple setup, for those of you that have been asking. I'm using the bookcase as my kind of backdrop, I suppose, because, well, I've got a lot of really cool books on there, and it looks quite funky and awesome, and it's more interesting than a boring wall, or my computer. So I could have sat in front of my computer, but I don't really like that. So yeah, I'm using the bookcase, and you can see here I've just got a simple tripod with my camera on it. Now my camera is reasonably good. It's not a high quality professional photography camera. It's kind of an intermediate one. It's a Canon 750D. Now it's absolutely brilliant for everything I need it for. It didn't cost me too much. It cost about I think I got it about 450 quid. It's very, very good quality. Can't remember off the top of my head how many pixels. Yeah, I'll check on that and put it on later. So it's a really, really good camera, and I use it for all of my photography, for my content, and also for filming. So that's just sat there on its little tripod. I would ideally actually want a different tripod, because this one, that's as high as it goes. And it would be better if I could have it a little bit higher and then angle it down slightly so that it was looking at me from a top-down angle, because that's a bit more flattering. But it'll do for now. And then I have a light. Now you can do it without the light. You don't need a light. You can just use a big window. So I do actually have a window there, but because I live in England and it's winter, there is no sunlight. I have a photographer friend who I know very well. Her name is Tara, and she does all my brand photos for me. So I borrowed one of her lights. So that is a really simple light. You can pick them up for about, I think they're about 20-30 quid, or you can get two for about 50, which was my plan, and I will do it at some point, but for now I'm borrowing one. But if you want one, they're just really simple box lights. Loads of different photography lights that you can get. Anything will do, but this is what's called a soft box, and it just takes the harsh edge off the light and makes it a little bit softer, so it's not quite so harsh. And that is literally it. That's all there is to it. It's just a chair that I sit on, and I talk. I don't have any auto prompts or scripts or anything like that. I just sit there and babble at the camera until I've said everything that I want to say. I do plan out I do plan out my content. I don't just talk absolute nonsense. I do have a schedule, which will probably not make much sense to you, but this is my blog schedule on the wall here. If you see all the little coloured boxes which mark every Tuesday, they're my feature posts, which are the blogs that I turn into vlogs. I don't know if you can see here, but the colours all mean different things. So my divine blogging design works based on archetypes, and I have each of my posts, you can see it's a different colour, falls under a particular archetype. Now most of them are gold, which is my main archetype, which is Athena. So most of them, they are gold. The rest of them, you can see they're a mishmash for all the others, to make sure that I get a nice mix of topics in my content, and that it's always nice and interesting for you. What's that you say, Dexter? It's always boring? Oh, Dexter is not impressed. Sorry. But that is it for everybody that's been asking, and all the questions that I've been getting. And for those of you who want to start vlogging yourselves, there really isn't anything more to it than that. It's just a camera, really, when all is said and done. And you really don't need a fancy camera either. I mean, I use my photography camera because I have one, but if I didn't have one, I could use my phone on a tripod, or even just sort of propped up on a stack of books, and that would work just as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look behind the scenes, and I will be back soon.